finally resetting, and so one more reset and we're good to go. So you'll see these Marines shoot each other in the face. And so we have aliens in locker room and Marines in terminal, so this is as close as you're going to get to close ones. In my opinion, I like terminal and locker rooms. It's a lot of fun to watch. So we might see first contact at terminal, or these aliens are spreading out. They're actually casting a wide net. So these Marines are probably going to know that they're locker rooms, knowing that they got there this quickly. Looks like Nox Streak is going to alien command. So they've switched commanders for between Marines and aliens. Cook is still the Marine commander. Good kill by Nitro here. And J-Crop putting a lot of pressure at Marine start. Marines are still on one infantry portal. Hax is probably going to go down here. Yep, he does. So far the Marines only able to expand up into departures, which is a good thing for them, but not able to push into cafeteria. These aliens should be aware that someone's over in departures. Toxilium gets caught up on the ceiling. Redta is trying to hide. And it looks like he might eat 2 rifles to the face. Possibly 4 as these other Marines come and back him up. And yeah, he was kind of caught by himself. So these aliens are going to finish off this Marine here in departures. You hear the recycle start, but the commander only gets back a portion of the 75% that he's got, so he got 22% of 75% of the cost. Which is too much math for my head to try to figure out, but it's probably like 2 res, so, or not even. As these aliens try to jump these Marines, but there's a giant cluster of them, so they need to start finishing some of these Marines off, as a lot of them have like no life left, and they all go down, so difficult to deal with there for the aliens, as they might run into an egg lock situation here. Yeah, they all didn't spawn, so they actually do need to try to get a shift somewhere, get some eggs going, because if they keep dying at this rate, they're going to run out of eggs very quickly. This is one of the problems of playing an 8v8, is if you get the aliens to start dying quickly early, they'll start to run into egg issues, which just is very difficult to deal with. And these Marines are going to find this poor Harvester up in stability. You see Sweetie Bot react to it immediately. He is walking to not be heard. They're going to get this Harvester, but Sweetie's going to try to get them both out of there. And he does get both, but he sacrifices the Harvester to do so. So he did make sure he got the kills, which is good. He did sacrifice the Harvester, though, which is a blow, but it's better that they didn't get to push into Generator and start to try to do damage there as well. Again, good work over in departures. They do keep killing this extractor. Phase Tech is done for the Marines. I do not see a gate in their main base. You'll probably see one go up in bar, because they have to suspect that locker rooms is the hive, as they keep getting a ton of pressure there. And these Marines just line up against the back wall and start shooting up and taking out a lot of skulks, so these aliens probably should back out. Sweetie Bot's going to be very careful here. You do see him belly slide away. So Toasty's kind of by himself, but these skulks don't know it, and they're going to try to take him out now. And they will get him down and try to bail. There is a skulk in main base, and he kills the Marine that popped out of the infantry portal, and he does a ton of damage to the infantry portal, but Toasty comes out and actually kills him, because he didn't have a whole lot of life left. But He killed something. I saw something explode. I'm not quite sure what it was. It could have been a mine. The aliens do push back into departures. Generator goes up. You'll probably see SweetieBot back out now that his skulks are dead over here. But Derriere actually doing a lot of work. It does go down. And Jaycroft finishes off the Marine and East Wing. So SweetieBot going to fall back. They are going to get this phase gate going, but SweetieBot's going to build this hive, I assume. So Coco in a duel to the death over here next to locker rooms, and he actually gets to survive. Nitro finishes off the Marine building the phase gate, and he's going to get help from Derriere, and hopefully they can get this phase gate down. Red Tot taking out Bar as well. So Alien's doing a pretty good job of constricting the Marines just into their 3 extractors. They do still have departures, but they won't hold it very long, not with the presences over there. So the Alien Commander being a little ambitious and actually assisting into departures when his team has a hive growing in Generator. It's only halfway done. SweetieBot trying to just play Battle Gorge and keep up some pressure. Just heal spraying, keeping these skulks alive longer than they should be. And actually spitting at Toasty, and again the aliens wiped them over in departures, so you see the effects of having a Gorge that's actually going to play on the front lines. He's playing very effectively, keeping his skulks alive. They've kept a lot of pressure over here. The Marines have been pretty much just flushed over towards Bar. You do see Armor 1 started. These Hydras come up. Toasty's going to rush him. And Nitro's going to come in from behind, so very well played by Nitro to wait, especially for the reload cycle. He's just got to defend his Gorge now. There he goes. So, a lot of really good teamwork over in East Wing. So Pony X Slayer and Coco are going to push into locker rooms and find Toxilium probably in this vent. They actually don't know that he's there. We're seeing a very significant lack of drifters in these games. I feel like they would pay for themselves over and over again in a game like this with so many players. And the Gorge gets a kill, so great job by SweetieBot there. But they do lose maintenance here. But just having a drifter so that they can watch here, or watch here, or, you know, just so that, or over here in the, oh, you do see one over here. Okay, so the Marines do have an idea where they are, but they're not always set. Oh, you do, okay, there is one here as well. You can't really see it that well because it's invisible, but they do provide vision for the aliens, and if you ever played League of Legends or Dota or anything like that, they're like sight wards. As these Marines are going to try to take out this Celerity Spur, and they do get it. So Derriere's in there as a fade. He's probably going to make quick work of them because they just got Armor 1 online. So the Marines striking a fairly large blow against, as you see the mist on these Hydras, as this does affect them now. It does make them mature faster. And Red Top coming in from behind and getting Blackbard and getting the kill. So good job by him. He did blow up a mine, and he should have probably died from it, but he didn't, and he got the kills and was rewarded for it, and SweetieBot heals him up. So Marines trying desperately to pressure. They do get an attack on this shift here. And this Lurk has not got a lot of life. And he's probably going to die here. Wow, he gets Blackbard too. So again, the theme of aliens just barely getting away with no life. And you see it again with Derriere as the fade. You see a lot of aliens just very barely escaping these Marines. So let's see if I can get a better view here as I go through the walls. Excuse me for the trippy effect. They are taking some damage from these smokes. So the aliens do hold them off. That was a very large marine pressure. And Nitro did the smart thing and actually went for the phase gate. It's got no life left. All Red Tot needs to do is bite it once and it's going to go down. Or Toxilium just spike it once and it's going to go down. But nobody realizing that there's no life left on the phase gate. That J-Craw does come in and finish it. Eats a mine for his efforts. And the lurk does go down. But very good defense there. And they just... Oh, let me put the UI back up. There we go. Phase gate is going to go back up. There's no aliens to help pressure it. The Drifter did see these two Marines. You can see it in the corner there. Right there. And this Fade does take out one of the Marines with a very good bone wall to block off this access. So the Marine was just kind of stuck in this section. So the phase gate is back up in bar. The aliens are actually outgaining the Marines in resources again. We saw this last game as well. And the Marines have lost more resources. You can see that right here. The aliens have six harvesters to the Marines 4, which just is never good. You want to see it the other way around. And even then, 4 harvesters would be too many. So the Marines are taking it hard in this game. As Derriere gets stuck and almost paid for it.
Our hive is under attack.
Oh. So another Marine pressure. Let me see if I can get that view. They do rush into the room, try to spread out. The aliens do kill them all again. And J-Craw getting hunted by 3 Marines. So even though the Marines seem to have learned that they probably will lose bar, they have also set up a phase gate here in cafeteria. So they know they need a second phase, or they know they need a second tech point just to excuse me, get jetpacks and exosuits and all that stuff. But you're going to have a hard time getting tech on 3 resonance. Any team would have a hard time. Aliens can get away with it in pro play because they work very hard to defend their resources, and once they get fades, they're usually excellent fade players. And I don't know if anybody watched it, but Red Tot came down this hallway, came through all the Marines, and actually made it through to the other side. Ended up dying as soon as he got, like, over here. So, pretty interesting to watch him run through the entire Marine team. J-Craw gonna try to bite this observatory, but he's gonna get spotted by the motion tracking. He gets taken over very quickly. So Gorge trying to get away. Derriere gonna probably try to snipe some of these Marines as they come through. We do see Coco running through the alien start, or alien base. He can't quite get into this vent. He's got his axe out, but I don't know if he's actually got a weapon. It looks like he does have a weapon. Red Tot kills him anyway. They were going to try to set up a ninja phase gate over here. The commander decided to not do that and recycled it. And you see a Drifter actually attacking this Marine who was attacking it back. So, they do attack. They only do like 2 or 3 damage or something stupid like that, so. So there's Fade harassing in cafeteria. There's actually a Marine in the vents, which is a scary thing for any alien, because you don't expect him. And Derriere is probably going to get caught by Pony X-Slayer, but he can't quite get out of the vent. He's got his axe out, which is kind of weird. So let me see if I can give you an idea what the Marines are looking at here. It's very dark in here. They're trying to shoot stuff that they can barely see. They have aliens come out of nowhere and poop gas on them. So Just not a good place for the Marines there. Red Tat trying to very hard matrix dodge some of those bullets, but fails, dies. This Jonos taking a beating from some of these Marines, but doesn't seem to really care, as it looks like he's got carapace, so take a beating from Weapons 2 Marines, which they do have right now. They will have Weapons 3 shortly, which will make it a lot harder on them, but it looks like SweetieBot throwing bio bombs all the way across the room at this observatory, trying to kill it before the Marines can do anything about it, and it looks like he probably will, as this does have a dot effect to it. And it goes black bar at 4%. So good effort there. Trying to get it. He was close, but he couldn't quite finish it. So there's two Oni in cafeteria here. So power goes out. See the flashlights come on. They are chasing this out, so he does go down. Vampire barely getting away. So because that power's out in cafeteria, those Marines are kind of trapped over there for now. And Nitro's actually going to try to work on taking out this infantry portal as Derriere finishes off the observatory, which wasn't welded. So right now there's no Marine commander. The Marines are running back from cafeteria. They're trying to get these infantry portals down. The phase gate comes back online. So all this really did was slow the Marines down after getting the power out. And SweetieBot finally does go down.
Command station under attack.
So again, it's just the aliens have 7 harvesters, the Marines have 2. Just not looking good for the Marines. I know I said that a bunch last game, but this is looking worse than anything that we saw this early for either team. As Vampire sneaks up on Toasty and takes him out. There actually is no observatory in Marine Start right now, so if these aliens rush this, they'll make a lot of headway because the Marine commander won't be able to pull his guys back. They won't see it coming. Nitro getting chased down. Vampire needs to be careful. Stomp does come online, so these Oni are going to be able to stop these Marines. If you ever played WoW, the Jonos Stomp is very similar to the Shockwave from the Warriors, just a conal AoE knockdown, and the alert goes down and ragdolls right into the wall. So what I would call for here as a commander is actually some Ingorgeous to grab Camouflage, which he doesn't quite have yet, but he does have the Shade Tech completed. Grab Camouflage and sneak into their base and take out as much crap as you can and give them a Drifter. The Drifter gives them basically a Bloodlust effect that's 50% attack speed, which includes Bile Bomb spewing.
Command station
And
taking
these
damage.
aliens have cleared out cafeteria for now. So you'll see a lot of these Marines going this way, and a lot of the aliens coming this way. So SweetieBot going right for this arms lab, and this will make the Marines go from Weapons 3 to Weapons 0 in a split second. He does need to finish it off though, as it is very close to dying. You'll see him probably just spew a power. They're going after the power. So, very well played by the aliens. As close as the game was last game, it wasn't really as close this game. There were some Marine pressures into Alien Start, but it just didn't get anywhere. As they have set up a second base here, there is a second infantry portal. And there you see it, the Marines called GG. So, both teams winning their alien rounds. This first game was more of just, they ended up winning and outlasting. But this game, the aliens just took it right to the Marines the entire game.
Command station under attack.
It was very well done by the field players. The alien commander seemed to stay in the hive the entire time. So, good work by the aliens there.